In previous videos, we've looked at building up our case. We've added a variety of items to our case that for our evidence. Sometimes we've added notes and sometimes we haven't. But what we're going to do in this video is we're going to generate a report. This is something which pulls it all together and it shows all of the items that you think are useful to investigate further or to present to court as part of your investigation. So to do that, easiest thing to do is generate report. You get this option, and by the way, it's only the files that appear in the case items, your current case, that are going to be in this report. So make sure that everything's there before you generate your report. We're going to just create a case report. We're going to tick extra information in this instance, and the style doesn't matter. It's just what the font is in the report. But we're going to make sure that we don't just link to files in the case, that we copy the files to the report location. So that puts a copy of the file in the right place, so that when you zip it all up and submit it, you have everything you need, including the evidence that you found. It defaults to the OSF folder that we created at the start when we built our case. And I did it in a previous video, so I'm just going to overwrite that. And you can see that very quickly it's built the case report, it's got the investigator, it's got the time that you've made the report. Any files that you've added are categorized and placed into the appropriate location. So we found two images which we added. The extra information just creates the MD5 hash or the SHA-1 hashes. But you can also see at the very far right, any notes that you have typed in will appear in this report as well, which is very handy. The reason it says no title for both those items is because I didn't type a title in when I added it to the case. So just to bear that in mind, if you want specific words to appear, you can add those in if you want. And then further down, we've got an undeleted file, which means it's still not been restored, but we have been able to extract it from the image and reconstruct, hopefully, all of it. And we can click on that to view the page. You can see it's not got everything, it's missing some images, but it's got it allows you to present the idea that maybe this has been part of a search, okay, for some information about drugs. Any bookmarks or emails that we've found, and we didn't find them in this sort of very short demo, would also appear in here, so you could present that as your evidence. And once you've done that, it's going to appear inside a folder, which I haven't got open, so I'm just going to open up now in my desktop, in my OSF folder. There we go. We've got case report, and it's in the case report. All of these files are really important because they also have the undeleted web page. They've got the files that we found, okay, those two image files, and presumably you have more than just that. When you're submitting it, the easiest thing to do is just right click and compress the case report folder to a zip file. And that is because I have got it open somewhere. So it might be easier to use, yeah, like 7-zip or something like that. If you get any errors, you don't have to rename things, just speak to me first, okay? And then once you've got your case report done, you can then add that into your assessment for section 5 or task 5 as additional evidence of your undertaking of the capture and analysis that you need to prove for your practical skills. Okay, hopefully that helps. One thing I'm going to show you just before I finish though is I'm going to switch back. I'm going to go back to the original screen. I'm going to not tick the extra information this time. I'm going to copy the files though, and I'm going to hit OK. And just to show you this time, the difference between the two reports is just those hashes, those calculated hashes that prove that the files were scanned at a particular time and they haven't been changed in any way. So if the defense wanted to run the same forensic steps, they should get the same hashes, and that just proves that the files haven't been tampered with. Okay, that's enough for now. Hope it helps, and I'll speak to you soon.